In this video, let us discuss about the solubility product and common ion effect. As you can see, solubility product is denoted by Ksp. Now let us see what do you mean by solubility product Ksp. We know that if a sparingly soluble salt, sparingly soluble means it does not dissociate completely in solution. It will dissociate to a smaller amount. So, example for a sparingly soluble salt is silver chloride. When you add silver chloride to water, silver chloride will not completely dissociate into Ag plus and Cl minus, but dissociation is taking place. We can see AgCl dissociating as Ag plus and Cl minus, but there will be some undissociated silver chloride also. So, we know that if a sparingly soluble salt like silver chloride is stirred with water, only a small amount of it goes into the solution, while most of the salt remains undissolved. Now, we can say that there is an equilibrium between the undissolved solid salt and the ions which it produces in solution. So, we can write the ionization of silver chloride or dissociation of silver chloride as AgCl solid dissociates to give Ag plus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. So, here we can see an equilibrium is established between the undissociated silver chloride, solid silver chloride, and the ions, that is Ag plus and Cl minus ions. Now, when we write the equilibrium constant, the expression for equilibrium constant, we can write as Kc is equal to molar concentration of Ag plus into molar concentration of Cl minus divided by molar concentration of AgCl, and we know the concentration of silver chloride is equal to 1 as this is a solid. So that 1 is incorporated with Kc to give a new constant, that is Ksp, called solubility product. So we can write the expression for Ksp as product of molar concentration of Ag plus into molar concentration of Cl minus, or we can say Ksp is the solubility product and it is equal to the ionic product of Ag plus and Cl minus for a saturated solution. Again, suppose you are asked to write the expression for solubility product of barium sulfate, aqueous barium sulfate. How can we write? First write the equation. Barium sulfate, again barium sulfate is a solid, it will dissociate to give Ba2 plus ion plus SO4 2 minus ion. So we can write the expression for solubility product Ksp as molar concentration of Ba2 plus into molar concentration of SO4 2 minus. Now next question is for aluminium hydroxide, write the expression for solubility product. Again, first let's write the equation. Aluminium hydroxide is a solid, it dissociates to give aluminium ion Al3 plus. Here we have OH thrice, so we have 3 OH minus. Now let's write the expression for solubility product and both this in aqueous state. Ksp will be equal to concentration of Al3 plus into concentration of OH minus raised to 3 because it is 3 OH minus. Now, if you are asked to write the expression for solubility product for calcium phosphate. So, calcium phosphate formula is Ca3PO4 twice. This is a solid, it will dissociate into Ca2 plus. It is Ca3. So, we have 3 Ca2 plus phosphate ion is PO4 3 minus, and here we have PO4 twice. So, we will have 2 PO4 3 minus. Now, when we write the expression for the solubility product, we can write as KSP will be equal to concentration of Ca2 plus raised to 3 into concentration of PO4 3 minus raised to 2. So this is the expression for solubility product. Or in general, for any electrolyte AXBY, the equilibrium can be represented as AXBY will dissociate to give, we have AX, so we have the stoichiometric coefficient as X, A raised to Y plus, because you know, if you look at this Ca3PO4 twice, calcium charge will be 2 plus because the valency of phosphate PO4 is twice. So we have calcium 2 plus, that is why we wrote AY plus, because Y is the valency of B. Now we have plus, we have By, so the stoichiometric coefficient will be Y, B raised to X minus. Okay, because X is the valency of A, so that will be the charge of B. Now let's write the expression for KSP. KSP will be equal to concentration of A raised to Y plus raised to X into B raised to X minus raised to Y, where X and Y, they represent the number of ions in the electrolyte. Okay, so this is how we can represent the general expression for solubility product. Now let's give a definition for the solubility product. Solubility product is defined as the product of molar concentration of ions in a saturated solution with concentration term raised to power equal to the number of ions produced by the electrolyte. So this is the expression for solubility product and the definition for solubility product. Now next let us see the applications of solubility product, that is KSP. Now the first application is applications. First application is calculation of solubility. Solubility denoted by S of a sparingly soluble salt. Okay, so first is the calculation of maximum solubility or S of a sparingly soluble salt. Now here we get a relationship between the solubility S and the solubility product KSP, and that relation will depend upon the nature of the salt taken. So we don't have a particular expression for the relation between solubility S and solubility product KSP. So for each equation, depending on the nature of the salt, we get a relation between KSP and S. So we will see example. First example, silver chloride. We know silver chloride dissociates to give Ag plus Cl minus. S represents the solubility. So here we have 1 mole of silver chloride. So S is the solubility and 1 mole of Ag plus and Cl minus is produced. So S moles is the concentration of Ag plus and S is the concentration of Cl minus. So we know that the expression for KSP is concentration of Ag plus into concentration of Cl minus, which is equal to S into S, which is equal to S square. So this is the relation between solubility S and solubility product KSP for silver chloride. Now let's see the second example. Example 2. Ag2SO4 will dissociate to give 2Ag plus SO4 2 minus. Now Ag2SO4 we have only 1 mole, so let's take the solubility as S, and 2Ag plus we have 2 moles of Ag plus, so 2S is the solubility, SO4 2 minus only 1 mole, so we can write as F. Now let's write the expression for KSP. KSP will be equal to concentration of Ag plus raised to 2 into concentration of SO4 2 minus. Now Ag plus is 2s. So let's substitute, that is we have this is equal to 2s raised to 2 into s, or we have 4s cube. So KSP, the expression or relation between KSP and solubility S is KSP is equal to 4s cube for Ag2SO4. Now we have one more example, example 3. Aluminium hydroxide, AlOH thrice, will dissociate to give Al3 plus 3OH minus. Now this is S, this is S, and this is 3S. Now let's write the expression for solubility product, KSP, concentration of Al3 plus into concentration of OH minus raised to 3, which is equal to S into 3S the whole cube, which is equal to 27S raised to 4. So this is the relation between solubility product and solubility for the electrolyte aluminium hydroxide. Okay, now we have a problem question. If the KSP of copper sulfide is 6 into 10 raised to minus 16, calculate the maximum solubility, that is S, of copper sulfide in aqueous solution. So first let's write the equation for the ionization of copper sulfide, that is CuS will dissociate to give Cu2 plus plus S2 minus sulfide ion, and we can say the CuS, we have only one mole, so S, and here also S and S. Now let's write the expression for KSP, which is equal to concentration of Cu2 plus into concentration of S2 minus. So KSP is equal to S into S, which is equal to S square, and the value of KSP is given in the question, 6 into 10 raised to minus 16. So let's substitute, 6 into 10 raised to minus 16 is equal to S square, or S solubility will be equal to root 6 into 10 raised to minus 8 mole per liter. So this is the answer. So this is about the solubility product. Now solubility product is applicable for sparingly soluble salts. Now next let's see the term that is common ion effect. So next term that we are going to study is common ion effect. Now in common ion effect, let's see the definition of common ion effect first. The degree of ionization of a weak electrolyte is suppressed by the addition of a strong electrolyte containing a common ion is called common ion effect. So what is happening in common ion effect? We have to suppress the dissociation of a weak electrolyte. How is it suppressed? By adding a strong electrolyte having a common ion. Means ion should be common in weak and strong electrolyte. So let's see an example. Acetic acid. We know that acetic acid is a weak acid, and we know acetic acid will dissociate to give acetate ion plus H plus ion. Now we want to stop or suppress the dissociation of this acetic acid. For that, we can add a strong electrolyte containing a common ion. Common ion can be either CH3CO minus or H plus. Now, a strong electrolyte, we know that the salt of a weak acid will be strong. So, the salt of acetic acid is sodium acetate, that is CH3COONe. This is a strong electrolyte. Okay, so sodium acetate, we know it dissociates completely into acetate ion plus Na plus. So we can suppress the dissociation of acetic acid by adding sodium acetate, which is a strong electrolyte. So which is a common ion present in these two? We have acetate ion as common. So what happens? Now according to Le Chatelier's principle, the backward reaction will take place because we have the concentration of acetate ion is higher. So the backward reaction takes place, and what will happen? The dissociation of acetic acid will be suppressed. Now I told instead of acetate ion we can also take a strong electrolyte having H plus ion, and example for a strong electrolyte having H plus ion is hydrochloric acid, HCl. So if I take HCl, we know that HCl dissociate into H plus Cl minus. Okay, now when you take acetic acid and HCl, you can see H plus is common. So what happened again, the concentration of H plus is more. So according to Le Chatelier's principle, the backward reaction takes place. Okay, so the dissociation of acetic acid is suppressed. So this is common ion effect. Now another example for common ion effect is ammonium hydroxide. This is example number 2. Ammonium hydroxide is a weak electrolyte, and we know ammonium hydroxide will dissociate into NH4 plus OH minus. Now to suppress the dissociation of ammonium hydroxide, I have to add a strong electrolyte which contain either NH4 plus or OH minus. So I am going to add here ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride is a strong electrolyte, so it dissociates completely into NH4 plus Cl minus, and you can see the concentration of ammonium ion is more. So according to Le Chatelier's principle, the reaction takes place in backward direction and it results in the suppression of or dissociation of ammonium hydroxide is suppressed. Okay, so thus common ion effect helps in suppressing the ionization of a weak electrolyte. Okay, so more application of this common ion effect we have in cation analysis, which you will learn later. So these are the last two topics coming in this chapter, that is solubility product and common ion effect. Thank you.